Hi Cancer, welcome to my channel, The Fool's Journey Tarot. Today is Monday, April 20th, 2020, and this is a general love reading for the sign of Cancer for this upcoming week in April. So I hope you all are doing well. I hope you're staying healthy, both physically and mentally, in these crazy times that we are living in. I'm trying to maintain both of those as well. So this is a general reading. It can pertain to just about anything, relationships, situations and circumstances surrounding home, family, work, social circles, community. If you can think of it, it might apply. My intention is always to reach those that need the message the most and will benefit from it. So hopefully it will resonate for you. Parts of it may resonate, other parts may not. Take what does, leave behind what doesn't. Be flexible with the energy. Don't be concerned about the gender of the cards. You can mix and match the characters within the reading. In other words, you might be represented by any of the characters that shows up in the cards. You might feel like I'm reading for you. You might feel like you're cross-watching for somebody that you're dealing with. So again, be flexible and hopefully you'll get something worthwhile by the end of the video. Something that will help you in some way, shape, or form. Carmilla is also here. She is sitting up on her travel cage today, joining us for your reading, and the cat's here too. Sylvester, he's running around the house right now. So we're going to get started, Cancer. Here we go. We're going to start off with the Four of Pentacles, paired with the Ace of Cups. Ace of Swords, paired with the Queen of Cups. Four of Cups in reverse, paired with the Six of Swords in reverse, the Seven of Swords in reverse, and then we have the Nine of Wands. Okay, Cancer, so we have a Queen of Cups on the table. I do believe that this is your energy. The Queen of Cups is someone who's very compassionate and loving, somebody who is not afraid to express herself and show her emotions to the right person or right people. She is a lady in waiting. She is willing to share what she has to offer, but again, she's going to do that with those that she feels are positive influences in her own life and can provide her what she needs as well. The Queen of Cups can be someone who's very intuitive. Again, very compassionate. I feel like the Queen of Cups is standing in her truth right now with this Ace of Swords out here. She is standing strong in her convictions and her point of view, her stance. She's staying true to herself. She knows what she wants, what she believes, what she cares about. Feels like it's possible, Cancer, you could be hanging on to or trying to hang on to a relationship or connection. Maybe something that you're afraid of losing with this Four of Pentacles, Ace of Cups in your underlying energy. Four of Pentacles can indicate trying to hang on to resources or being frugal, or hanging on tightly to a belief or a person or a relationship or connection in this case. It feels like you might be battling with trying to make things right or trying to amend something that happened in the past that didn't have you feeling good or positive. We have the Seven of Swords in reverse here with the Nine of Wands. So to me that indicates maybe fighting to make something right or fighting to find out what went wrong, to battle some deceit or betrayal. Maybe fighting to get something back that was lost or taken. So Cancer, let's get some more cards out here and see what else we can come up with for you in our next deck. have the Nine of Pentacles, the Hermit, the Emperor in reverse, the Knight of Pentacles, Seven of Cups in reverse, the Five of Cups in reverse, Death, clarifying the Seven of Swords, and then Temperance in reverse. So you could be thinking about or even dwelling on, again, a connection or relationship that you're trying to hang on to. I feel like right now you kind of might be on your own. I feel like you're doing okay on your own. Cancer, we have the Nine of Pentacles. You're managing to, do what you need to do to maintain your life, and maybe even are doing quite well financially. Maybe you were one of the lucky ones who hasn't lost a job or had shortened hours or been laid off. Nine of Pentacles can indicate somebody who is enjoying the spoils of life, is confident, secure. At the same time, with the Four of Pentacles, you might be a little worried about hanging on to that status, feeling confident, feeling comfortable in that area of life. I do feel like there is some kind of single solo energy surrounding these cards so far, Cancer. And I feel like you have a connection or somebody on your mind with this Hermit coming out, clarifying the Ace of Cups. You might feel like you don't have a whole lot of control over the matter, or that you really don't have any way of changing how things are right now, but at the same time it feels like you're making some positive progress in the right direction, at least for yourself, with this Knight of Pentacles coming out, clarifying the Queen of Cups. You may have even done some work on some reflection, some internal growth, maybe healed in a sense, because you are having this opportunity possibly to spend some time on your own by yourself, coming to terms with things maybe that weren't so pleasant in the past, maybe gaining some answers or some clarity. Again, there's a sense with the seven of Swords, Death now, the sense that something needs to be made right, or this is in the works, that you may, again, be coming to terms with something, or something's coming to an end or closing out. Maybe you've been wrestling with some struggles, some internal conflict, maybe feeling a little imbalanced, maybe feeling under the weather. Temperance in reverse can indicate illness. And I do feel like you've been battling to make things right for yourself, or coming to terms with things. Right now, it looks like there's some positive energy on the table for you, Cancer. Let's get some more cards out here and see what else we come up with. And there's Carmilla joining us. So we have the Emperor again in reverse. And then the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. Seven of Pentacles in reverse. Ace of Cups in reverse. The Lovers in reverse. Page of Swords in reverse. The Star. And then the Eight of Swords in reverse. So I get the feeling there's been some separation maybe with somebody significant to you. This could be a romantic partner, a friend, a family member, but it feels like there's someone that maybe you've been separated from or you feel a little disconnected from. And I feel like there's a certain level of frustration indicated by the Seven of Pentacles, that maybe you're feeling a little bit like, you know, you don't have any way to fix the situation or control the situation right now. Again, with this state of the world that we're in, with people self-quarantined in their homes, and this worldwide pandemic that we're dealing with, there's a lot of people separated from friends and maybe even romantic partners, even family members that you normally would see on a regular basis or have an opportunity to connect with. And I do feel with this Ace of Cups and then Wheel of Fortune in reverse, you're feeling a little bit disappointed or disconnected right now, or feeling like, you know, you've had a little bit of a bad luck in that department, but it's something that's out of your control and that might feel frustrating to you. But cards are indicating that, Cancer, you're doing some work to maybe better yourself spiritually, maybe reflecting again, maybe you're doing some meditating, maybe yoga or exercise, or just trying to eat right. But it feels like you're trying to maintain a solid sense of self, even with some frustrations you may be feeling regarding a connection or multiple connections. There's a sense that there's an inability to connect, or even maybe even a lack of communication. But I think you've also been reflecting on some things that maybe went wrong in the past, or maybe something that didn't feel good within this relationship, and you've been able to heal that or come to terms with it, or even gain an understanding of how it's helped you transformed or how it's helped you grow in some way, shape, or form. Let's get some more cards out here. We have the Hanged Man. Page of Wands. Don't bite my ear. She just bit my ear. Why do you have to be a little shit like that? That was really mean. Page of Wands. It's almost like she does it covertly. She knew I was holding the card up to the camera so nobody could see her biting my ear. It's like she's trying to get a rise out of me or something. And you did it. You succeeded. You got a rise out of me. So congratulations. We have the World. 10 of Wands in reverse. Don't bite my ear again. The King of Pentacles. I feel like this could be the person that you're dealing with or that you've got on your mind. Queen of Pentacles. Interesting. The Lovers, this time in reverse. And then we have the King of Swords. So we have the King and Queen of Pentacles that came out in this set of cards. King is clarifying the Seven of Cups in reverse. Queen is clarifying the Five of Cups in reverse. So I feel like there was, this relationship may have been questionable in the past, or maybe even still in the present. I feel like there's been some healing. This inability to communicate or contact, or maybe be in touch on a regular basis, I think has done good for this relationship. I feel like there is the sense that one or both of you may be coming to terms with some things from the past that were keeping you down or keeping you from moving forward within this relationship. And maybe this disconnect or the separation, while it may feel frustrating to you and may feel like, you know, it's out of your control, you don't have any way to change the circumstances, somehow it feels like there is a certain level of positive outcome with the way things have been, the way things have transpired in the recent past, and that may also have, again, had a positive impact on this relationship or this connection. Somehow there's been a transformation, maybe ending the way things used to be or the way you felt things were, and making things right. And there's a certain level of hope being acquired or obtained through this growth. We have a King of Swords out here. This can represent your higher self or somebody that you are connected with who is maybe helping you through some difficult times, maybe if you were under the weather, for example, or feeling a little imbalanced or feeling unsure of yourself. I feel like this person, again, if it's your higher self, you've just kind of been in contact with your spirit guides, for example, who have been helping you along, keeping things going in the right direction for you. I feel like it's been a bit of a battle, with the Nine of Wands out here. But there's a lot of positive energy on the table, and I do feel like there's been some level of repair or improvement or just some positive changes with regard to a relationship or connection with a King of Pentacles. Now, the King and Queen of Pentacles are very similar energies, and this could be a spouse, a friend, a family member. Both of these energies are very loyal and committed people, very grounded, hardworking. They put others first. The King of Pentacles indicates somebody who can be a provider and a protector, a father figure, so to speak. And then the Queen of Pentacles, similar energy. This is somebody who's a caregiver, somebody who puts others first, a mothering type figure, or somebody who's an actual mother. Again, these are natural pairs, and this could be the person that you're dealing with that you've been separated from possibly. Again, I get the sense that there's a separation or an inability to connect, maybe even some challenges with regard to communication or staying connected. But there has been some positive outcomes with the separation. Cancer, it feels like you've done some internal work, maybe some thinking, maybe coming to terms with some things from the past that didn't feel that you didn't feel were going your way, for example. Let's get this last round out. You have the Six of Swords, this time in the upright position. And the High Priestess. Nine of Cups. Five of Cups again in reverse. Ten of Swords. This is clarifying the same set of cards with this King of Pentacles, so it's possible there could have been an ending between you two, or there still is currently an ending. But again, with these two, the King and Queen of Pentacles showing up in the upright, Queen of Cups showing up in the upright, it feels like there's been almost this opportunity to come to terms with some things, maybe heal and repair. And there's the Seven of Swords again, this time in the upright, clarifying the set of cards with the Queen of Pentacles. And that coming out right after the Ten of Swords. Again, this could indicate bringing this full circle, whatever this was for you. If there was some deceit or betrayal from the past, it feels like there's a sense of coming to terms with that, or mending or repairing this past energy that had this relationship or connection in trouble, and it feels like it's transformed it to a certain extent. There's a new sense of hope in this set of cards. We have the Four of Cups again in reverse, and then the Nine of Swords in reverse. So it's possible that you haven't even had much contact with this King of Pentacles. And again, you could be the King of Pentacles and dealing with the Queen of Pentacles. It could be vice versa for you. Cancer, you decide what makes sense for you. I think it's possible that there was an ending, or there's been a disconnect maybe with the separation. I feel like there's been a certain level of coming to terms with things, or accepting the way things were and understanding that things can move forward, that things can be mended. I do get a sense again that there is a certain level of frustration with regard to not feeling like you have a certain level of control over the situation. even now, after maybe you feel like there's been some growth, some positive changes, that things could be moving again, but I feel like they're still kind of at a standstill right now. Until things get back to normal, this is kind of how the way things are. And there's a lot of energy in your underlying set of cards. Hanged Man, High Priestess, Hermit, indicating a lot of internal growth or seeking answers, going within. Why are you biting my ear? That's really mean. That is really, really mean. I don't know why I bring her out. She's gonna have to go in her cage. Anyway, and in Cancer, I do feel like you've done a lot of this work on your own. It's brought you a long way. It's brought you far. It's made you feel stronger. It's made you feel more confident. Having this opportunity to be by yourself, with yourself, and for yourself, making things right for you. This Ace of Cups can indicate self-love. So again, I get the sense that as crazy as things are right now, and a lot of people having to isolate and self-quarantine at home and that kind of thing, keeping to ourselves, staying away from even friends and family that we're close to, has really given a lot of people, and you included, obviously, Cancer, an opportunity to spend some quality time with yourself and come to terms with maybe some things from the past that were holding you back, keeping you from moving forward. And I think you're making some progress in that area, Cancer. It's a really positive reading. Very nice reading. I don't necessarily see in the cards that there is, an immediate future connection or reconnecting with this King of Pentacles or Queen of Pentacles, whichever one you are. But I feel like there's positive energy from both parties, and coming to terms with maybe past events that have you hopeful for some healing and some growth within this connection. So let's get one card from the Dreams of Gaia deck for Cancer to wrap up this reading. See if we can't get some more advice for you, Cancer, or something that will resonate for you, something that's maybe next steps forward, or words of wisdom from Spirit. What are you doing? You don't have to be on my shoulder. You could be sitting on your cage. That's why it's out here. So you don't have to be pulling on my hair and biting my ear. One card for Cancer, please. Let's get one card for Cancer. I do get the sense, Cancer, that you're kind of ready to move forward, ready to move on, ready to move past this opportunity to spend quality time with yourself. I'm going to take this one. So we have the Four of Air. So this is the Four of Swords in the traditional Rider-Waite tarot. It's got a little bit of a different meaning. This one is all about kind of cleaning up the riffraff, spending some time organizing, setting priorities, that kind of thing. It's actually probably a very relevant card to this reading, because it's something I think that a lot of people are doing right now with the way things are currently. And I think that this, it's like 2 pages, so we're good on time. Cancer got 24 minutes, so I'm going to read this. I'll display the card for you, and then we're going to wrap up this reading. And you're going to go on your cage so that I don't have to have you biting my ear while I'm trying to read this. Okay, here we go, Cancer. The Four of Air symbolizes the importance of ordering your environment and giving your day structure, especially if you have specific goals or projects you wish to perform and complete. Routines are our daily habits, the things we do on a daily basis, given structure and order. Following our routine moves us from one part of our day to the next. Having a routine can provide us with a level of security born of consistency. By establishing order in our environment, we also add to that sense of security. When everything has its place, we can be confident that it will be there when we need it. We won't waste hours of our day looking for something that has been lost in the clutter and mess that we often surround ourselves with. A cluttered and chaotic environment can give rise to a cluttered and disorganized mind, a mind that is unable to follow a routine that is conducive to productivity. The Four of Air suggests establishing order in your life by removing the clutter, establishing a pattern of regular cleaning, putting things back where they belong after use so they are there the next time you need them. Keep your paperwork in order, even make a place in your life for the unexpected and unanticipated. That way, even chaos does not have too much of an impact on your peace of mind or prevent you from doing what needs to be done. Does your routine make space for your goals and projects? When we want to make real headway, it helps us if our daily routine includes a suitable amount of time set aside to work on those things that are truly important to us. If you want to complete a project, working in an ordered and routine manner will help your progress by establishing a pattern of consistency that will result in a successful and timely completion. If you feel that you have no time, then the Four of Air represents an opportunity to sit down and look at your routine to see if there is time to be found that is currently spent on unnecessary tasks. Making time for yourself to relax is one thing. Spending 5 hours on the internet chatting on social media or playing computer games is another. Wouldn't some of that time be better spent working to meet your goals? Alternatively, do you spend hours playing computer games or reading books instead of writing that epic fantasy adventure? Because it takes your attention away from doubts, insecurities, and fears that you might have regarding your aspirations and goals? If so, the Four of Air suggests that it is time to look at why you are behaving in a way that sabotages your productivity and creativity. Patterns of behavior are often habituated when they offer a psychological or emotional reward. Most of the time, they do not become an issue of concern, but if they become habituated, they can often have the same effect on our lives as drug or alcohol addiction. They provide a pleasure response, and so we repeat them in order to get another hit. Are you seeking a pleasure hit for all the wrong reasons? Does socializing on the internet generate that pleasure hit by giving you social connection? Does playing computer games generate that pleasure hit by allowing you to escape reality for a time? Establish new productive and creative patterns, and you may get the same pleasure hit when you succeed at your objectives. This card appears in your reading to let you know that now is a perfect time to establish new patterns and habits and to look closely at those that have already been established and decide whether they are of benefit or whether they hinder. Scrutinizing your habits, both good and bad, will also increase your understanding of yourself. Sit down and write a list of how you spend your time. Look for those elements that eat into time that could be better spent elsewhere. Don't cut them out completely, because if you do so, any change to your routine is likely to become unsustainable. Instead, budget your time like you would your finances. Allocate time for wasting time, but do so in a manner that allows you to stick to your time budget and get things done. To be creative and productive and to reach your goals requires both a structured day and the discipline to commit to your routine. It also requires a willingness to create an environment that supports your ventures. By establishing a healthy routine that makes time for both relaxing and creating, you will create an environment that is conducive to both. By making it a positive environment, also you increase your chances of success. Remember, if you truly want something, you will make time for it. There you go, Cancer. I mean, this couldn't be any better of a time for people to adhere to this kind of advice. And, we have the opportunity, a lot of us do. I mean, there's certainly people like my son who are essential workers and out there every day bringing home a paycheck. And then there's, people out there like myself, for example. I'm retired, but I do have work that I do it from home. And then there's people who are being forced to stay at home. And we were given this opportunity to really make it work for us. And it may feel frustrating because it's out of our control and it's something that's kind of being imposed upon us as a collective within the entire world, as crazy as that is. But this is certainly a time for you to maybe establish some routines, get your finances in order, whether it's in your control or not. Spend some time thinking and reflecting on relationships in your own self-love, your own self-care, and maybe spend some time making things right within relationships and connections where they had gone south. I feel like she just blew the candle out. That's why there's smoke coming in here. I think that this is a perfect time, and I think this reading reflects exactly that. So Cancer, I think that the cards are very positive, and I hope that this reading resonated for you. If it did resonate and it gave you something to work with, please like, share, subscribe, leave a comment if you want to. I really appreciate you joining me and watching my video today. So take care, and I hope I see you again soon. Bye.